Hello everyone, I am Dr. Ambika Sharma, Assistant Professor from Department of Physics, Dayal Singh College, Karnal. In the last lecture, we will discuss about the inertial frame of reference and some basic phenomena which is used in the theory of relativity like particle, event, observer, frame of reference, and we will show that a frame of reference which is moving with a constant velocity relative to an inertial frame of reference is also an inertial frame of reference. So what is an inertial frame of reference? It is that frame of reference in which the laws of Newtonian mechanics holds good. But in other frame of reference which is non-inertial frame of reference, the laws of Newtonian mechanics does not valid, and in today's lecture we will discuss about non-inertial frame of reference. So what is a non-inertial frame of reference? It is that frame of reference which is accelerated relative to an inertial frame of reference. Unlike uniform velocity, as we discussed in earlier lecture, an non-inertial frame of reference is accelerated relative to an inertial frame. And based on this, the form of the basic physical laws such as Newton's second law becomes completely different. Such relatively accelerated frame of reference is known as the non-inertial frame of reference. Let we consider a frame of reference S dash which is moving with respect to an inertial frame of reference which is stationary, and it will be represented S, and S dash is moving with respect to S with a relative acceleration which is represented by A naught. Now then all the particles which are at rest with respect to first frame of reference S have acceleration minus A naught in frame of reference S dash. If a particle of mass m is moving with an acceleration A1 in frame of reference S, then the apparent acceleration of this particle, as we observed in frame of reference S dash, it will be A is equal to A1 minus में A naught. Therefore, the force which is experienced by this particle is equal to ma, and as A is equal to A1 minus A naught, then this force is ma1 minus ma naught. Now this is the force experienced by this particle in first frame of reference which is S and inertial frame of reference, and this is the force experienced by this particle in second frame of reference which is S dash. Now this second term as shown in this equation is not really exist, and it appears due to the relative acceleration between S and S dash which is A naught. Therefore, this term is known as the fictitious force or pseudo force. Thus, a non-inertial frame may either be a frame having uniform linear acceleration or be an uniformly rotated frame, as we also discussed in the last lecture. Next article is Galilean transformation. So Galilean transformation is a set of equation which represent how the coordinates of an event which occurs in space anytime in an inertial frame of reference are related to the coordinates of the same event in other frame of reference moving with constant velocity related to the former. So, what is a Galilean transformation? It relates the coordinates of the event occurring in inertial frame of reference S, which is at rest, to the coordinates of that event in other frame of reference S dash, which is moving with a constant velocity relative to this frame of reference. So, this is the first frame of reference S, and the coordinate of this is represented by x, y, z, and origin is at O. And another frame of reference which we consider, let it will be moving along x axis, and this is the coordinate axis represented for S dash. This is x dash, y dash, z dash, and the origin is represented by O dash. Now let us consider that a point P whose coordinate according to the first frame of reference is x, y, z, and according to the second frame of reference, the coordinate of this particle is x dash, y dash, z dash. Now Galilean transformation is giving the relation between these two coordinates. So to find out the relation, as there is no variation in y dash and z dash coordinate, because the second frame of reference is moving along x axis, therefore only x coordinate is changes with respect to time, and there is no change in the y coordinate and z coordinates. So equation is y dash is equal to y and z dash is equal to z after changing the time. Now let us consider that at time t is equal to 0, these two origin of two frame of references are coincide to each other, means O and O dash are at the same point. Therefore, as the relative velocity of S dash with S is v, therefore the distance covered by second frame of reference O dash in time t, it is equal to Vt. There it is equal to Vt, and this coordinate is x, distance of P point along x axis from origin, and this coordinate is x dash, distance of P point with respect to O dash. Now using this we can find out the relation between, from this figure it is clear that x is x dash plus Vt. This is total x and it is equal to x dash plus Vt, and from here x dash is equal to x minus Vt. So what is the Galilean transformation equation which we obtained? It is x dash is related to x using this equation, and y dash is related to y using this, and z dash related to z. In this also we consider that the time measurement into frame of reference is same, therefore t is equal to t dash. So this equation which we obtained is known as the Galilean transformation. Similarly, we can find out the relation between x to y, x dash, y dash and z dash, and corresponding to that equation is x dash is as x dash is x minus vt. So using this, x is equal to x dash plus vt, y is equal to y dash, z is equal to z dash, t is equal to t dash. These coordinates relates, these equation relates the coordinates of first frame of reference to other frame of reference s dash, which is moving with the relative velocity v with respect to s frame of reference. So this is the Galilean transformation. So after that, we have discussed about the Galilean invariance and Newtonian relativity principle, and now we see that how the measurements of distances or lengths, velocities and acceleration are made by two observers in two inertial frames moving with respect to each other. Compare. So first we discuss the measurement of length. So in the same pattern, we consider two inertial frame of reference s dash and s, where s is at stationary and represented this first frame of reference s, which is stationary, and another frame of reference s dash, which is moving with relative velocity v with respect to this frame of reference. Now we consider a rod AB whose length in first frame of reference is represented by L, and it is x2 minus x1, as the coordinate of B with respect to first frame of reference is x2. So x2 is the distance of origin O, the point B. So this is the x2, and x1 is the distance from origin corresponding to point A. So x2 minus x1 measure this portion, which is the length of this rod AB. Now in the second frame of reference S dash, O dash is the origin of S dash frame of reference. O dash B is represented by x2 dash, and O dash A is represented by x1 dash. So therefore the length which is represented by L dash is x2 dash minus x1 dash. Now we have to find out the relation between L and L dash. So for this we use the Galilean transformation equation as we discussed earlier. So according to the Galilean transformation equation, x coordinate in S dash frame of reference is related to x coordinate in S frame of reference using this equation. X dash is x minus vt. Therefore, using this equation, x2 dash is x2 minus v2, x1 dash is x1 minus vt, and using these two values in this equation, we obtained L dash is equal to x2 dash की जगह हम रखेंगे x2 minus Vt and x1 डैश की जगह हमने रखना है x1 minus Vt. Due to this minus sign it becomes plus and this is cancel out. This is x2 minus x1 which is the length measured in first frame of reference. So therefore the length is invariant when second frame of reference is moving with relative velocity s which is relative velocity is constant with respect to first frame of reference. Similarly, we find out the measurement of velocity. So as using the Galilean transformation, we observe that the transformation equation obtained is x dash is equal to x minus Vt. So to find out the relation between velocity, we take the time derivative of this equation. Dx dash by dt is equal to dx by dt minus v, and also we show that y dash is y and z dash is z. When we give the time derivative of this equation, dy dash by dt is equal to dy by me dt and dz dash by me dt is equal to dz by me dt. Now this is the x component of the velocity. Let it will be ux dash is equal to ux minus में v and this is uy dash is equal to uy, uz dash is equal to uz. Therefore total velocity u dash is equal to ux dash plus uy dash plus uz dash is equal to ux plus uy plus uz minus में v. It means it is equal to u minus v. U dash is equal to u minus v. Therefore, according to this, we find out the relation between the velocity assigned in second frame of reference, which is u dash, and u velocity assigned to the particle in first frame of reference, which is u, and v is the relative velocity between these two frame of reference. And in this case the velocity is variant under Galilean transformation. So what we see, length is invariant under Galilean transformation, velocity is invariant under Galilean transformation. Similarly, we measure the acceleration. So this is the velocity. If we take the time derivative of this equation, we obtain the relation between acceleration. So again we taking the time derivative, this equation becomes d square x dash dt square is equal to d square x by me dt square minus me 0, because v is a constant, it does not change with time, therefore the time derivative of v will be 0, and according to this we obtain ax dash is equal to ax. Similarly, when we taking the time derivative of this two equation, we get ay dash is equal to ay, az dash is equal to az, and therefore adding all these equation we get a dash is equal to a, means under Galilean transformation the acceleration of the body remains the same in all inertial frames, and thus it is an absolute or invariant quantity. Now after this is the variation of the quantity which we see under Galilean transformation. After that, in the next lecture we will discuss about the conservation laws according to the Galilean transformation. So in the next lecture we will discuss about the conservation of momentum, conservation of energy, and in this particular lecture we will discuss about the frame of reference which are moving to relative to each other but along when second frame of reference is moving along one particular axis. In next lecture we will discuss about the transformation equation for inertial frames which are inclined to each other with their origin coinciding. Okay, thank you very much.